No, I could barely walk when I got home. I was fell on the bed and I just fell out. So that's what happened to me. And we're like, what the fuck was in those drinks? Because we never ever had tequilas that strong. Anyway, we found out it was Herduro or something like that tequila, and it's
Mhm.
120% or 120 proof tequila, which is equivalent. So one glass is equivalent to like four drinks, basically.
Oh yeah, I know how. Trust me. Listen, I know how that is. I remember I went to this place in Frisco called Mashed,
Yeah.
and they serve moonshine.
Oh, I've never had moonshine.
Oh my God. And it was delicious. But when I tell you, okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you about the moonshine thing before we move
Okay.
on. So I went to, me and my friend Amber, or Amber and I should rather say, went to this restaurant in Frisco called Mashed, Mash apostrophe D.
Yes.
Okay. She had been there before. I had never been there before. She's like, oh, well, they serve moonshine. You can get like moonshine samples, or you can get like an actual moonshine beverage, right? And they use moonshine. It's pretty strong. So they have like they start at 40 proof and they go all the way up to like 120 proof,
Uh
right?
huh.
So I was like, oh, I'll get the sample. I think the sample was maybe like $12, and it came with like four different shots. And it came with different flavors. You choose your flavors, and each flavor had a certain amount of proof or whatever. So and it goes in order. I started with like a 40 proof, and then 60, and then the 80, and then the 120. So over the course of maybe like 2 hours, I did like four shots. Okay, that varied from 40 proof to 120 proof. Okay,
Yeah.
and then like I drove there, and I was like, but I had some food to eat with it too, so I didn't. I guess I didn't feel it right away. So I was out, and then when we left, I was still driving, and I didn't feel anything from the moonshine. I was like, I thought I would be like wasted right now. I'm like, I don't feel anything. I was perfectly alert. I was driving home, and she was in the car with me, and I mean, this is like broad open daylight. Donovan, I got home. I took my dog out because he took. This was last year, so I took my dog out, and I was like, "Oh, let me hurry and take him out before Housewives of Atlanta come on." I do remember that because I was like, I said Housewives of Atlanta start in 10 minutes, so let me take him out, make sure he handles his business. Then I'm gonna come and watch Atlanta Housewives. I got in my bed and laid down. I did not wake up. This is like 7 o'clock in the evening. I did not wake up until 10:30 the next morning.
Oh my god.
And during that time, I was dreaming that Sam Smith was singing to me in my sleep.
That's hilarious.
So I was just like, yeah, I was like, Amber was like, yeah, I tried calling you a few times and you didn't answer. And I was like, yeah, I was wasted. And I was like, I was in the bed for like almost 16 hours straight.
Right. Exactly.
I said, so the moonshine finally, as soon as I laid my ass down, that moonshine caught up with my ass.
That's hilarious. I just looked it up and the plate that looks delicious. The pictures look amazing.
They are, I mean, you can get the shots or you can get like, the thing. But yeah, they range from 40 proof all the way up to
Well, I
120.
just made a reservation for 4 on Saturday, so I'm gonna take my friends there because it sounds like fun.
So I'm gonna warn you, you may not feel it at first, but it's gonna catch up.
Well,
Trust me.
it's a new experience. I've never had moonshine, so it should be fun. I should try it out, see what
Yeah, that
it's
was
like.
my first time. It was fun, but yeah, I had a dream that Sam Smith was singing to me in my sleep.
Oh, that's not a bad dream. I love
And then
Sam Smith.
and then in my dream, I remember saying that we were gonna get married.
I love Sam Smith, by the way. I think he's fantastic. I love him. Anyway, okay, well, that's
Yeah, I remember
funny.
telling my friend, I was like, Sam Smith was singing to me, and I remember whispering in my dream. I was like, you know what? Now I don't have any choice but to give him some because he's singing to me. So I was like,
Now you're
God damn it, now I
obligated.
have to give him
You're
some.
obligated now. That's hilarious. That's funny. Okay, well, I want to talk real quickly about what happened this week in politics because it was a very big week for politics in America for the progressives and for the LGBT community. Because
Hmm.
this last week, this is what happened. I've got 15 things real quick to read off to you that happened this week. This last week, because this last week was elections, around the
Right.
country, and I voted. I don't know if you did. You probably didn't, but I
I
did.
did.
You
No, I
did. I'm
did
so
vote.
proud of you. Yay. Okay, good. Anyway, so this is what happened in the past week. The first black woman was elected mayor of Charlotte, North Carolina, Vi Lyles. The first woman elected mayor of Manchester, New Hampshire, Joyce Craig. The first trans woman elected to public office in New Hampshire, Jerry Cannon. The first trans woman of color elected to public office in Minnesota. First Sikh man elected mayor of Hoboken, New Jersey. First out lesbian elected to state legislature in Virginia. The first transgender person elected to non judicial office in California. First out lesbian elected mayor of Seattle. First Asian American woman elected to Virginia House. Record number of women elected to the Virginia legislature. The first trans woman elected to public office in Virginia, and first trans person elected to statewide office, defeating the co-author of an anti-trans bathroom bill. And four more. Two Latino, what's this, Latinx, or whatever that means, women elected to Virginia House for first time. Second black man ever elected to statewide office in Virginia. Democrats poised to gain control of Virginia House from Republicans who had a 66-34 majority. The Democrats have to flip 17 seats to get a 51-seat majority, and they've already flipped 15 with 4 of the races. So they're so close, they're going to recount. And the last one is Democrats have taken control of the Washington State Senate and now have complete control of the West Coast from Mexico to Canada. So I think this is fucking amazing because what it shows in this mini little election season we're having between election seasons, for the national election seasons, it shows that it's kind of an indicator of where things may go in the next election when we have to vote for president in 2018. Is that right? No, it hasn't been that long yet. Is it what year?
No, 2020.
2020, thank you. So, 20, no. What I was going to say, I meant, sorry, in 2018, we'll have the midterm elections, though, for senators and Congress and that kind of shit. So that's what I meant.
Right.
So in that election, it shows that most likely they were going to vote for people who are not Trump supporters or Republican. That's fucking amazing. So I hope to God that this is an indicator of things to come, because if we have to live with 4 more years of him after the 2020, I swear to God,
That's even if he lasts until 2020.
I was about to say that, yes. I was about to say that too. I think he may. I hope he'll either resign, which is unlikely because of his ego, or be indicted on something. And hope to God he's indicted. So anyway, so that's good news for GLBT people and for those of us who are not assholes. So,
yay! Congrats.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about gay Republicans. I don't know. That's a different.
What gay Republican? What are you talking about?
No, I had some gay people. Some gays voted for Trump.
Yes, it's one we've had this conversation. I can't discuss it because it's going to blow my fucking mind.
That's what I said. That's what I said. It's a different topic for a different
I just can't talk about it. I'll go off anyway.
I know you'll just your blood boils.
It's already starting to boil. Just the mention of it. Anyway, okay, let's talk about Tamar Braxton.
So I'm not going to go too much into details. So any of you who follow Tamar Braxton, which you probably don't, because the only reason I knew is because this shit was popping up on my phone. But the bitch blocked me, so I really don't care. But anyway, blocked me on Instagram, that is. But her and her husband Vincent Herbert are filing for divorce.
No.
And yeah, they're filing for divorce. And I can't say that I didn't see this coming.
How long have they been married?
They've been married for I believe it's 12 years.
Oh, that's a good long time, yeah.
Let me see. I'm gonna pull it up while I'm talking. So, but yeah, they're filing for divorce. But Tamar really hasn't had a good year. The past year or two for Tamar really hasn't been a good one. For you guys that watch The Real, she was on The Real. And then the talk show The Real, which with Lonnie Love, Adrienne Bailon, I think you say her name, Jeannie Mai, and the other girl, I can't remember her name. Anyway, she was on that show that comes on Fox. She was canned. And then she came out with an album, and her album flopped. And then she just really hasn't had a good past year or two, as far as her career. So
right. Well, I don't really like her anyway, so
I'm trying to pull up and see.
I'm just like, whatever. I mean, she's like not even my favorite person, so whatever. Is that it?
Yes. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it real quick. Sorry.
Oh. Well, Tamar Braxton is the sister of Toni Braxton, right? One
Toni
of her
Braxton,
sisters.
right?
Yeah, I don't like her. I like Toni, but I don't like Tamar. I saw her on that show when she was on it with her, that reality series, and before she got her famous, whatever.
Right. So, they married in 2003.
Oh, okay. So that's not.
So,
that's
yeah, they've been
long
married
time.
for a while, but but based the reason I say I'm not surprised I didn't see this coming because I would watch Tamar and Vince on WeTV.
Yeah.
And the way she would talk to Vince sometimes was like embarrassing. Like the way she would talk to that man, I was like you can't be on national television like degrading your man on national television. Like
Well, that's the kind of woman she is.
it's
So
that type of thing. And I was like, and he would always be cool and calm about it. And
she's just kind of a
he
bitchy woman. So I don't like her.
and he would like put her in a place, but like in a classy kind of way, I guess. But Tamar's kind of hood. Well, I ain't gonna say no. She's not hood. She's ghetto. So, I'm just like you can't like. And I understand, even though that is your wife, Vince. I know that it has to bother you in some sort of way with your ego or whatever the case may be, because no one wants to be degraded on national fucking television. Because like
Right.
the way that she would talk to this man, it made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if he just finally got fed up with it, or who did what. But then they had rumors saying that he had a mistress and that type of thing, which I wouldn't
What
be
else
surprised.
is new?
But Tamar is the type of person that her voice and her antics alone, if I was Vince, it would probably drive me away to someone else too, because that's just how she is.
She's a
And so,
Jaime woman.
and I hated when she was on the real. She used to do that stupid baby talk. Oh, like it was like that, So, I'm gonna go to Popeyes, and I'm gonna go. I'm like, I used to hate it when she talked. I'm like,
I don't
Tamar,
like
you
it
don't
when
even talk
anybody
like
does
that in
that.
real life. Why are you doing this? Because you're doing this for the cameras. You don't even talk like that in real
Yes,
life.
yes, yes.
So, I mean, best of luck to them. She wants full custody of her son, Logan, which I think is a bunch of BS when, he's the biological father. And that's another thing. I want to bring this up too. I had a friend that recently filed from a divorce from his wife.
Uh-huh.
And the first thing the wife did was like say that she wanted full custody of their son. And I'm like, why would you do that if he's the biological father? That makes no sense to me. Now, if he's a drug addict or abusing the child or something of that nature, that's one thing. But what I mean, are you just doing it out of spite and pettiness? Because that's the only thing I can think of.
Well, probably, yeah.
Because he was pissed. He was like, "Yeah, she's trying to get full custody of my son," and I'm like, "For what? Like that didn't make any sense to me."
I don't know. People are just vindictive, especially when they're getting divorced, so it's nothing new.
I don't know. So I mean, good luck to them. Like I say, Tamar has not had a good past year or two, so
Oh
we'll see what
well.
happens. Oh well.
Did you hear about the
That's what happens when you're mean and nasty to people and block people on Instagram. So.
you know how we're like so completely addicted to technology these days, all of us, and I just thought this was a funny story because Grindr went down for 2 hours this morning, apparently, according to QWERTY, and people freak the fuck out apparently, and like there were
Why?
these
It's
tweets.
too like
No, listen, there were these tweets, and they were saying, "Is Grindr down for everyone or just me?" And so somebody says, "Guys, Grindr is offline. Where else am I going to get faceless people to send me dick pics with a million question marks if I don't respond? Is anyone else's Grindr down? Oh my God, reply to me, guys. It's ASAP. I'm anxious. Potential dick could be waiting for me. Oh my God, this is a disaster. Oh my God, I can't cope."
whores.
I mean, seriously, people are like,
All whores.
people are so distraught that their link to gay meaningless sex is down.
I
That
mean,
they're
so
freaking out.
you're afraid that you're gonna what that a piece of penis is gonna slide by within the next. You can't go 2 hours without looking at some dick on Grinder.
I guess they
Because the only
can.
thing they post, the only thing they really post is like abs and torsos.
Right.
That's
Right.
all they post. I'm like, well, you want to see that? And just the. Here's the thing: if you use Grinder, you're nasty. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna flat out say it, because the type of men that are on there are nasty.
You think that
They
there is really any distinction between Grinder or Scruff or Daddy Hunt or any of that stuff? You think there's any distinction? The people who use them are all the same people. It's all the
I
same
know
people.
they're all
So
promiscuous.
if you're disgusting and gross for using Grinder, then you're disgusting and gross for using any of the other ones. It's all the same.
But I feel like Grinder, it takes it a step further, because Grinder
Well, it's in
has an
its
issue.
name. It's in its name.
Well, yeah, but Grinder also has an issue with race.
Grinder
So
does?
yeah, yes.
Okay. What happens
Um,
on Grindr that makes you think they have an issue with race and not the other ones?
because they listen. We've talked